It really all comes down to this one question. Every single company, whether it's the little shop on the corner or some massive global tech company, has to figure this out. It's not enough to just have a cool product. They've got to figure out how to guide you through that final crucial step, the one that ends with you saying, okay, yep, I'll take it. So, how do they actually pull it off? Well, if you look at their playbook, it's really split into two main plays. On one side, you've got the personal conversation, that human touch. And on the other, you've got the special incentive, that little extra push. Today, we're going to break down both. So let's start with what is probably the oldest method in the entire book, personal selling. This is all about the power of a one-on-one conversation where a real person, not an ad, is helping you make a decision. Personal selling is pretty much what it sounds like, right? It's a real, direct conversation. Think about it. A TV ad or a billboard, that's just shouting into the void, talking to everyone and no one at the same time. This is different. This is a tailored dialogue. It's responsive, it's dynamic, and when it's done well, it is incredibly powerful. So when does this kind of one-on-one approach really matter? I mean, you don't need a salesperson to help you choose a candy bar. But what about a complex new laptop or a car? For those big, expensive, complicated things, you need a human expert to explain it, to demo it, and to build that trust. It's also absolutely essential for brand new ideas. Just imagine trying to sell the world's first vacuum cleaner without showing someone how it works. And it's key for products in more sensitive categories, where a quiet, respectful conversation is going to work way better than a huge public ad. And, not all selling jobs are created equal. On one end of the spectrum, you've got the order taker. That's your helpful retail assistant who just goes and finds the size you're looking for. They're helping you with what you already want. But on the other end, you've got the creator, and their job is way harder. They have to sell you something you can't even touch, like an insurance plan or a whole new kind of software. They literally have to create the demand out of thin air, and that takes a ton of creativity. You see, great selling isn't magic. It doesn't just happen. It actually follows a very structured, repeatable process. So let's walk through the 8 key plays that turn a complete stranger into a happy customer. It all starts with homework, long before you ever talk to anyone. Step 1 is preparation. You have to know your product, your customer, and your competition inside and out. Then you move to prospecting, which is kind of like detective work. You're sifting through all the possible leads to find the real prospects and weed out the suspects who aren't serious. And once you have a real target, the pre-approach kicks in. That's when you do your research on that specific person to make sure your pitch is perfectly tailored to them. Okay, so homework's done, now it's game time. The approach is all about that critical first impression. From there, you go into the sales presentation. And this shouldn't be a boring list of features. It should be a story about how this thing is going to solve their problem. And then, the real test. Handling objections. This is where a good salesperson becomes a great one, and it is not about winning an argument. This is such a critical piece of psychology right here. A rookie salesperson hears it costs too much, and they immediately get defensive. But a pro welcomes it. They get that an objection isn't a no. It's actually a request for more information. It means the person is engaged. So the golden rule is you treat it like a conversation, not a fight. You welcome it, you show respect, and you never, ever argue. And finally, we get to the end game. Closing the sale is all about reading the signals. When you see them asking about the warranty or picking up the brochure again, that's your cue. You have to have the confidence to just ask for the order. But it's not over. The absolute best salespeople have mastered the post-sale follow-up. They check in, make sure you're happy, and make sure the product works. That's how you turn one sale into a loyal customer for life. Okay, so let's switch gears. We've talked all about the human conversation. Now let's look at the other huge tool in the playbook, the irresistible offer. This is all about sales promotions, and their job is to use incentives to give you a reason to buy it right now. Now, the key phrase here is short-term incentives. This is really important. A sales promotion isn't the new permanent price of the item. It's a temporary boost. It's an extra bit of value designed to get you to act now instead of later. And there's a good reason you see these promotions everywhere. They just plain work, especially in today's super crowded marketplace. For a company, they create an immediate sales spike that's really easy to measure. For us, they make one product jump off the shelf from all the others. And let's be honest, they tap right into that part of our brain that loves a good deal and says, "Ooh, I should just get." So what does this promotion toolkit actually have inside? Well, marketers have a whole bunch of different plays they can run, and each one is designed to do a slightly different job. Let's open it up and look at a few of the most common ones. So let's break this down. First, you've got your price off. This one's the most straightforward, right? It's a temporary discount, and its goal is just to get you to buy immediately. Then there's the premium. That's the free gift you get with the purchase, like the toy in the cereal box. That's all about building brand loyalty and making you feel good. A contest is about creating excitement and getting people talking. And of course, coupons. Those are perfect for getting you to try something for the first time or to make sure you come back and buy it again. See? Every tool has a specific purpose. Okay, now here is where the strategy gets really clever. The best companies out there, they don't see these as two different things. They know that personal selling and sales promotions are two halves of the same whole, and they're designed to work together. And that's really the big takeaway here. Relying on just a great salesperson or just a great discount, it's like trying to row a boat with only one oar. You'll just go in circles. The truly powerful approach integrates both, the human connection from the conversation and the urgency from the incentive. That's how you cover all your bases. So here's a perfect example of how it all snaps together. Picture this. You're at a car dealership. The salesperson, that's the conversation, has just done an amazing job walking you through all the features. You really like the car, but you're hesitating. And that's when they bring out the incentive. They say, "And you know, just for this weekend, we have a special financing offer." Boom. The conversation built the value, and the incentive created the urgency. That's the playbook right there in action. So, the next time you're out shopping or talking to a salesperson, keep this playbook in your head. Ask yourself, am I in a skilled conversation right now? Are they offering me a special limited time incentive? Now that you can see the moves behind the sale, what tactics are you going to start noticing all around?